Well, I would suggest that leadership depends of who leads. I cannot talk about now. I will talk about when I was there. And frankly, I believe that we were part of the Renaissance. For 20 years, we had an urban development through the Greater Montreal area, but the city itself of Montreal had issues. And a lot of candidates, we were fighting corruption and all that. So we truly contribute to Renaissance. And because for the last 16 years before, I was a member of Parliament of Canada and minister and member of Parliament, I had another perspective, and I believe in localization, think global, act local. So you respect the people who are living in their area, but at the same time, you're witnessing the same problems everywhere. You cannot talk about immigration and say, oh, it's federal level, you cannot touch that. No, it's about people. Everything regarding people, from the investment level to governance, to waste management, to sidewalks, it's all the same thing. So I pushed, I'm a very, how can I say that? I believe in this decentralization. I believe in autonomy. And we were at that time. And frankly, we said that at the local government, we were at the golden age, because you had Anne Hidalgo in Paris. She was also president of C40. You had Dakar, Khalifa Sall from Dakar, who's the Secretary General of UCLG Africa. I had friends all over the United States and in Asia. So I brought everybody together, and we create what we call the Living Together Agenda, which is a balanced approach between openness and vigilance. Not only it's working regarding the way you deliver services, but it's about the state and the soul of what it's all about. Having a balanced approach between openness and vigilance. You promoted the values that define you, which is universal, but at the same time, you're not naive. There is issues of safety. There is issue of resilience, and we focus on that. At the same time, I was working with Mike Bloomberg. We created the Compact of Mayor. I became president of Metropolis, and we focus on respected local, but think global. So we were kind of the bridge builder, in French, la courroie de transmission, but at the same time, we were not forgetting where we were coming from. And by doing so, I think that was the major legacy. So we had Habitat 3, it's been 5 years, right? And we create that through United Nations, but we had a piece before Quito when we had the 40,000 people who focused on the declaration. We had a major convention or conference in Montreal. So we were part of something. So by being part, it went well. By being less international, I think it will collapse. So that's one thing we have in common between Barcelona and Montreal. And the Secretary of Metropolis is in Barcelona. The mayor of Montreal was there. So we have Latin blood. So we had a ball. It was great. An inclusive metropolis is to take care of people. Inclusive doesn't mean closed. It means that you have to share. It's an ongoing training. You have to learn from the others, but you don't want to resemble to the others. You want to be stronger by looking at other solutions. Sometimes you can apply, sometimes you don't, but you have the same goal. So that's the difference between strategy and tactics. Strategy is how to get there. Strategy means to get the cup, tactics how to get in the series. And by doing so, I think that it's workable. So I would suggest that autonomy and the necessity to define yourself is important. Who you are and what you want to be, what kind of society you want to live in. But if you understand that you judge a house with its foundation, you don't start with the roof. You start with the people. They are electing you. Around that, again, you have a balanced approach between the process and the people that represent. Nobody should be at mercy of nobody. It's important because we talk to each other. Because, as I said, Barcelona and Montreal has a lot of things in common, but you understand the importance of the international field. You're not jeopardizing locally, but at the same time you understand that the more you talk, that's the sense of a real metropolis. So you assume your leadership, and at the same time, you understand the others. And by doing so, I think it's important because it has an impact on what happened for the last 5 years and what should we ameliorate, but at the same time, you keep the best. And by doing so, you share, you work, you're on the field. That's urban diplomacy.